What's up, everybody? Roscoe here. So welcome to the very first episode of my BTS reaction series. Now, I know that makes it sound like I have a lot of other reaction series, but I don't. This is literally my very first reaction video ever. It's also my very first BTS video ever. So before I start, let me give a massive shout out to the community that got me here. I mean, this whole journey just to get to here has been very organic, very natural, extremely positive. So thank you to everybody that has supported me so far. And I mean, like, it started with my very first Beat Saber BTS video, and then it just went. That was 3 weeks ago. And now we're here and doing reaction videos. So that being said, if this doesn't work and the ship sinks, it's y'all's fault, because you brought this on yourself. I had no intention of doing any of this. I was just playing a game, uploading a video, and here we are now. So I take no responsibility if this is an absolute disaster. So now this weekend I posted a poll and I asked, like, okay, so if I start, like, where should I start? Because I really don't know anything about BTS. And so of the votes that came in, 29%, which was the absolute top choice, was for me to watch the Most Beautiful Life Goes On by the Asian Theory. So I pulled that up, and that is 38 minutes long. So now, that being said, I'm not against a 38-minute video per se, but I can't imagine that you would want to sit there for 38 minutes and watch me react to something when I'm going to have the absolute most basic questions and comments because I know nothing, because I'm super curious. So I went on to number 2, and we had a tie for second place, and that was the Introduction to the 7 Members of BTS by Ida S. And then This is BTS by X Celeste. So that was tied for second place. 15 minutes on this one, which not a big deal. And then, okay, 30 minutes on this one, I didn't know. But so I started to kind of think about this, and I'm thinking, okay, well, like, I do want to learn about the guys. I want to learn about the band. I want to learn about the history. But I haven't even seen their work yet. So I had to kind of make my own choice here, and I apologize because I did ask you all where I should start, but you also said, like, hey, kind of go with your gut, and my gut has been saying that I should start with a music video. I need to see these guys work and see their art first before I can kind of get into who they are. So I'm going to make the call on this one, and I've chosen to go with BTS FIRE. So this is my very first BTS video of the guys in action. Let's do it. Per your recommendations, I have put the closed captions on. So let's get it. Just lost my sound. Hold on.
불타오르네.
Okay, so I've already told you, like, I've heard this song. This was the first song that I did on Beat Saber on YouTube. So the song is amazing. I love the song. The beat is so good. I love so I know that there's the vocal line, which is 4 of these guys. There's the rap line, which is 3, which is something I've never heard before done, or I guess kind of laid out that way. But I think it's fascinating, and I want to learn more about kind of why that is and how it works. But I tell you, my first piece that I think is interesting is I didn't know they were saying fire right here. I thought it was just kind of whoa, 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 which is terrible and a complete disrespect to these guys and their talent. But I didn't know they were actually saying fire. Is he ironing his shirt? Man, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so he's ironing his shirt. Wow, that's... Maybe it's a coincidence, but I do have to point out, like, I feel like this is kind of Kurt Cobain-esque. I mean, I know there's some inspiration from Michael Jackson with these guys, which I've heard a little bit from some of you guys. Actually, I've heard quite a bit. But this reminds me of Kurt Cobain and that iconic picture or poster of him. But let's carry on. Okay. So thankfully, you guys said to put on the captions because I would not know. Like I said, I don't listen to lyrics anyway. But so what I love already is it is hard to kind of keep track of the visuals and the lyrics. So I'm trying to do both. But right now I'm focusing on the lyrics. And as they're going through this, I'm like, okay, like I kind of see where they're going. Out of my mind like an insane person. But this is what grabbed my attention. Just live how you want. Your life is yours. Don't try so hard. It's all right to lose. It's simple, but I love it. It's like, if any of you have seen, I know I do all the Beat Saber stuff, and but I do have some older videos that I put together, which are really kind of heavy videos. You know, I get into some stuff that I'm trying to like work out and think and learn through. But one thing I've always tried to do is try to have that like try to get that positivity, bring that positivity out. So this right here, as simple as it is, I love it. Oh.
불타오르네.
Oh, was that a Super Nintendo? All right, who is this cat? He just became a favorite one. Man. Okay. Whoever this dude is, this is some swagger. Now what you're seeing here is my first man crush. It happened on video, and you're watching it. I'd like to say I'm ashamed of it, but I'm so not. Look at that look. That's like presence, like he's looking into my soul. Let me start that over, because that was good.
Burn it up. Turn it up.
I love it. All right, so I'm sorry I keep pausing it back. I'm sorry I keep pausing it. it up, but it's just a couple things that I wanted to say.
Yeah, just a couple things I wanted to say. Just a couple things.
Okay. I don't know who this guy is yet. I don't know who any of them yet. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm learning.
Hey, turn it up. 새벽이 다가됐다. 그냥 살아도 우리 저기에 그만하는 걸 벌써 졌길래.
So the stop comparing jumped out at me. I did a video for my 13-year-old nephew when he turned 13, and I was trying to just give him like here's what it means to be a human, you know? And one of the things I said was like, don't compare yourself to others. Everybody's got their own journey and their own struggles and their own like pluses and minuses, strengths and weaknesses, and you just got to be you. You got to do you. So whoever this guy is in this verse, so I'm assuming this is one of the rap line guys, but this section right here, like I kind of want to watch it again. So feel free to fast forward through this again. So good, it's like just bam, right in the middle of the video. It takes control.
Burn it up. 전부 다 태울 것 같지. Turn it up. 새벽이 다가됐다. 그냥 살아도 우리 저기에 그만하는 걸 벌써 졌길래. 썩수적거려 난 사람 인생. Go what? 이거대로 살아. 네 거야. 걱정 말아. 괜찮아. Alright, say la 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 la. Say la 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 la. Till I burn it up. 불타오르네.
Oh no! This dude is dragging a grenade.
It's a microphone, bro. It's a microphone. Why would they have a grenade?
Is that a grenade? What is that? Ooh, that was good. This move that they just kind of zoomed in on, where kind of their upper body is still and their lower body is moving.
Now you should know that for a good 35 minutes after I filmed this reaction, I went into the kitchen and I tried to mimic this move, and it always looked like I was doing the chicken dance. So I kicked something and I stopped.
Ooh, that's hot.
Now that wow, you don't know this. That wow is me suddenly realizing there is a whole bunch of people on the set. All the dancers behind BTS. It took me that long to figure it out. So this is me going back to figure out when they came from.
Right away, that shot. The fireworks.
Now, I make up the excuse of the fireworks so you don't think I'm going back to count people.
Oh, love that. That's hot.
Now, can you guess why my neck hurt for 3 months after I started doing this? See if you can figure it out.
용서해줄게.
I'll forgive you. Nice. I'll forgive you. Wow. Boy meets what? Is that part of this video? It's gotta be.
Now, I don't think I ever told you this, but the boy meets what? I was pretty close to thinking that there was some kind of reference to Boy Meets World. I'm glad I didn't say it out loud and I waited 3 years to do it because now I'm safe. I can hide right back here, all the way back.
Boy meets what? Wow. Okay. So, man, where do I even begin? The video does an awesome song of keeping the energy. Okay, let me see if I get this right. The video does an awesome job of keeping the energy of the song. And that's hard to do. Like, I mean, I shoot kind of videos for a living in my job, but there's little pieces here that, like, you don't think about unless you're kind of into this thing. There was a couple zoom in shots where the guys are bringing the music up, the beats build.
He's so soft and supple. He's so innocent. He has no idea what's coming. It's crazy. Oh, what a little fetus.
And the camera does this kind of Dutch angle and zooms in, and that in and of itself is part of that energy. I mean, there's so much choreography here, even beyond what they're doing, which is...
Yeah, there's your before and after right there. Before BTS and after BTS. That's crazy. 3 years. 3 years and here we are. Still, the ship is still sailing, my friends. Because we got things to do.
Unbelievable. And I love dance anyway, but to do this stuff like they do it so often and for so long is impressive. But there's a whole different level of choreography here with the cameras and the timing and the pacing of the shot change. For example, I'm going to make a critique. Don't get mad.
That right there is the perfect summation of what it's like doing the first reaction. Because there is quite literally an army of people that know all of the things. And they're either going to like you or they're going to hate you and they're going to destroy your life. That's what it feels like.
There was a part here with the stove. Where was the stove? I think it was in here somewhere. So he blows it up through the game. That's my favorite part. I'm going to go back and watch that again. Okay, right here. So we got a build coming up. And then right here, he says, burning up, which admittedly, I thought he was saying, we're totally, which I thought was totally cool. But he says, burning up. And then when the beat smashes, that's when you want to just bam with a visual to make you just punch out. And instead, right here, it hits this little oven scene. And that just felt kind of like, okay, like it's fun, it's fire, it makes sense. There's probably some kind of like multi-dimensional Easter egg here that I haven't learned yet.
Multi-dimensional Easter egg. Now that term will come into play much later in the story when we get into the BU. But brother, this ain't the BU. But you're doing well. Keep it up. Keep going.
But
when
we get to here, where's these guys outside? Yeah. So we get to the outside scene. Now, I think if I remember right, and I could be way off here, I think they're going to start saying fire soon. So we're going to climb. There it is. Right there. See, we went the next level up with fire, and we've got more dancers. We've got more of an angle on the shot. The fireworks come in. We've got brighter lights, higher angles.
I'm basically just describing the video. That's all that's happening.
Fireworks, nice touch.
용서해줄게.
Now, in these beginning videos, I say beginning, I mean like my first 100 videos, give or take a few. I had to really, really buckle down and be in director mode. I had to, because as you've seen over the years, that mask has kind of slipped off. Because there's just a lot of fluid around the channel. You know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot going on. When in doubt, it's kind of a mess. So over time, my mask has slipped off and I have become the fanboy. So like this was a pretty good blend of, hey, he's a director. He knows what he's talking about. Give us your opinion. It makes sense. Try to sound relatively intelligent. Just give it your all, buddy. Give the old college try. And over time, I give you that once in a while, but for the most part, yeah, we just fanboying. It's so fun.
And I'm going to hold on that. So the lyrics, okay, so, man, there's so much. Like, I don't even, I'm all over the place. I apologize, but I'm trying to like take all this in. There's so much.
Well, don't worry. In 3 years, you'll still be all over the place, but people will just understand that's just how you are.
So if I'm going by the lyrics, I mean, there's the messages. Oops, that's the wrong video. So, I mean, in the beginning, we talk about the, like we're young, like it's okay to lose. Okay, so when I wake up in my room, I have nothing. Once the sun goes down, I stumble. So completely drunk, cursing around on the street.
Now, here's a fun fact. Maybe I've told you, maybe I haven't. I should just mention buttons. I was so new at YouTube that I didn't even know you could press the space bar to play and stop the video. I didn't know that. I also didn't know how to go like front and back and frame by frame. No idea. I knew nothing, right? Also, and this doesn't put me in the greatest light, but you might catch whiffs of it right here in this section. You see how I'm hunched over and I'm kind of like, I'm in full primate mode because I'm really thinking hard. And one thing that I tend to do, as embarrassing as it is, but it is the truth, when I get into this primate mode of thinking and trying to figure shit out, I start going, and I don't realize I'm doing it. So the reason it took me 4 hours to edit this first video and put it up on YouTube was because I had to go through the waveforms and actually cut out all of the because it was way too early for heavy breathing.
I'm out of my mind like an insane person. It's all a mess, living like beep. Is that like a anti-profanity? No, maybe. Just live how you want. Your life is yours. Don't try so hard, it's all right to lose. Yeah. That's a hard lesson to learn, though.
So serious.
Let me say, love that part. Put your hands up and shout. Burn it up. Wait, what was that? There's something on the fence behind him. Youth. Okay, oh, that's good. Because that was at the beginning. When he jumped over that fence, that was already there. Or maybe some of it was. That's nice. I like that. That's that multi-layer stuff.
Understatement of the century.
불타오르네.
Burning it up. There he is.
That's my boy.
Turn it up.
Who would have thought that I would have all of these guys in cardboard form in my home now? They're totally not in the shower right now.
So I already lost the point. I was going for the lyrics and I got distracted by Mr. Swagger here. Okay.
Mr.
so
Swagger.
Burn it up.
Burn it up.
Like you want to burn it all. Hey, turn it up until the dawn breaks. It's okay to just live. We're still young. Who do you think you are to say otherwise? You got that right. My life, this is what I'm doing. And I say, I really relate to this because I'm 41. I still feel like I'm 25, and me and my wife have a relationship
41.
like...
I was 41. Oh my God, I'm almost 50 now. Oh man. Oh, I forgot about that. I was 41 years old. Oh.
We're still kids, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Stop comparing I'm just me. So what? Man, I love this. Just live how you want. Your life is yours. Don't try so hard. It's all right to lose. Put your hands up. Burn it. So, I mean, is it burning up this idea that, okay, so they're scared this way. There it is.
There it is.
용서해줄게.
That I gotta figure out. I'll forgive you. I mean, is he saying, like, I'll forgive you for trying to make me something else? Is there...
Now, let me tell you where you got lucky. When you dragged me kicking and screaming into this, a lot of you said something in the same way, give or take, that made this all happen. You weren't lying per se, but I think I interpreted it differently. A lot of you told me that BTS, of course, yes, they have a massive discography. Great. They have a lot of great songs, vocal line, rap line. And then you said everything has a hidden meaning. There's Easter eggs sprinkled through all of it. Symbolism is very deep. Now, while I am a hardened warrior in the BTS army at this point, I realize that is true. However, I was sure that every single lyric, every frame of each video had hidden little pieces of puzzles that I was to decipher. That's what I thought. Yes, that's why we had Stickgate. That's why I spent 30 minutes talking about a stick in the sand and Save Me. Yes. Because of that. That's why When I say right here, oh, I'll forgive you. Oh, I got to figure that out. That means something. What does it mean? Am I supposed to know this? The answer must be here. This is where they said to start. And here we are. That's why I almost rage quit when I saw spoiler videos, or they started giving me hints, because I figured if I get a hint and it affects my answers, you all are going to fire me and say I'm a cheater. I couldn't handle it. Here we are 3 years later, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Like a different meaning of somebody he's talking to. Oh, man, I am so intrigued by this.
Now, that it means I feel like I'm at the SATs and I really need to focus right now. I have to come up with an answer before the video's done.
I'll forgive you. That's so interesting. And I'm gonna feel really stupid when somebody's like, "Oh yeah, he's referring to this," and if you were paying attention, you would have caught it. I have no idea.
Nope.
But if there's anything I've learned so far about BTS is that there's like these different levels and layers, and this just goes back and forth and back and forth. And it wouldn't surprise me if that right there is something bigger than just like, "I'll forgive you," just some random quote.
Duh.
Oh man, I love this. All right, so now I've seen the guy's work. Now I know, man, like I feel like I was there. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
I'm trying so hard to not just go back and watch it again as a fanboy. I'm trying to give you quality, valuable material so that you'll say, yeah, I think he tried hard enough. We can tell he enjoyed it, but he gave us some value.
Yeah, it holds up. I mean, I already know that the song is amazing. I love the song. But this video is pretty spectacular. And the message behind it, I'm still trying to figure out kind of the framework of the message, but energy is so good. But this, I'll forgive you. I gotta know. So you know what? In the comments below, I want you to give, and you might have the actual answer, but I would love to hear everybody's either answer or interpretation of what that "I'll forgive you" is.
That's me cheating.
I'm really intrigued.
I can't get it, you guys.
So
Will
thanks
you
for
help
joining
me?
I had an absolutely awesome time. But please provide feedback. This is my first
Is it
reaction. This is the
over
first time
already?
I've seen these cats in action, and I did love it. But I don't really know what the reaction video protocol is. You know, like how does this really work? So whatever your feedback is, give it to me, and I'll do my best. Which you know that I've been a part
Also
of the community
a
now
mistake.
with you. I try to comment to everybody and give you some kind of feedback back, because that's what this is about. We're family now. This is community. So help me, guide
Yeah,
me.
in case you didn't know, as soon as you post a video on YouTube, you are immediately family with everybody that watches it. That's how the maths.
And let's just take this journey together. All right. Much love. I'm Roscoe. Look out for each other.
I was like, why is there still sound? What's happening? Oh my God. That, my friends, was 3 years ago today. Before the boop, before I got really whiny, apparently, Liz, damn it, before I sent you all to the car all the time, before all of that happened, before the picture even existed. Crazy. It has been quite a journey. Before you yelled at us all the time, well, you did earn it. I'll tell you, looking back in retrospect, because we do this a lot, so I doubt I'm going to say anything new, but I knew it. I knew it was coming. Thank you, Tasha. When I said at the end of the video, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how this works, so give me your feedback. You did. A lot of you did. But man, that got tricky fast. Because how many of you remember the first couch meeting where I said, listen, I'm not going to change all of this. I'm not going to uproot my whole life for some YouTube videos. Do you remember that? Some of you do. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. The main reason for that, let me fix my camera here. The main reason for that was because am I moving? No, I'm not. It's because when I asked for feedback and I got it, people were a lot. They were a lot. And the amount of, and I'll even say demands that came from people were overwhelming, extremely overwhelming. Thank you, Carol. I'm just trying to fix my screen here. I'm still new, obviously. Oh, that's not where that goes. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, you know, everybody, well, not everybody. There were people saying like, hey, nobody wants to see the room. You need to put up a green screen. You need to get some lights. You need to get a better microphone. You need a better camera. And I'm like, geez, I just liked the video. I thought it was fun. Now, granted, I ended up doing all of that. I have all of the buttons known to man. I have the lights. I have the screens. I have the microphone. Great. But man, the fire hose of information that came from people with BTS stuff, you can imagine how that goes, right? Everybody wants to give you all of the information they have about BTS. Totally get it. But that same level of fire hose also happened when it was like, if you're going to make it in this town, young man, you're going to have to do this. And as a newbie, and you literally feel like it's you against the world. There's an army of people, legitimately, that are keeping you on a very short leash. Very tricky. Very scary. Yeah, you absolutely drown under it. Yep. And the truth is, like, it's one thing to, like, this is pretty stupid. As I was told recently, there's somewhere upwards of 90 million army in the world. I really thought in the beginning, thank you, Lori. It's nice to see you. I really thought in the beginning, you all knew each other. Yep. Yup. Like when I hit Twitter and I was talking about, like, I thought in my videos when I was talking about Gwen, my first like mod, and I mentioned Gwen, you all would know who I was talking about. Yep. Yup. And then when Twitter happened, and then like Gwen followed me, and then like other people followed me, I just assumed you all knew each other. So I was like, yeah, you know, Gwen, Army Gwen, as if there's one Gwen in the 90 million army. I had no idea what was going on. So yes, it was very scary. Thank you, Shelley. It was very scary. It was terrifying. And it was also extra terrifying because let's be real here. Here I am, a completely clueless, middle-aged white guy diving into a culture that I know nothing about. Nothing. I don't know what I can say. What can I not say? Like, if I ask this question, is it bad? Are you going to take it out of context? Terrifying. Terrifying. And to think that we are approaching 2,000 videos on the channel. We are approaching 315 live streams. I was worried that you wouldn't sit through a 38-minute video with me, and yet we have spent 24 hours together. 10 hours, 12 hours. 38 minutes is me coming on and being like, Hey, I'm not going to go live today, okay? Okay, see you later. 38 minutes later, I'm still here talking. Jeez. It's been 3 years. This is one of the times that I remember. Thank you, Joyce. Joyce, I'm going to take you up on that. Not tonight, but when we have Home Alone weekend next weekend, I'm going to take you up on that. It's crazy to think that in 3 years, like this night 3 years ago was really where I was like, okay, I'm going to do it for the story. It's either going to work or it's not. Upload. And that upload changed everything. Thank you, KT. Man, it has been quite a journey. Quite a journey. And I'll tell you something, at the core of it all, one of the biggest things I've learned, and watching this video that we just watched, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up just so you can see something, as if you need to see me again. Oops, sorry. Let's go here. Okay, this little bozo. Now, thank you, D. Shh. You want me to shh already? I have learned over 3 years that there is a significant difference between an audience and a community. See if I can give you a better picture.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm
Of course.
learning.
Okay, me and Junie, that'll work. There is 100% a significant difference between an audience and a community. Now, some people that do this, YouTube, reactions, content creators, whatever, they want the big audience because they think it equates to whatever. It could be money, it could be fame, notoriety, anything. But I think what people find out the hard way, and I've seen this on YouTube videos where creators and reactors are talking about this kind of thing, which is I go live and people are just throwing hate at me. They're talking about the way I look and how much I weigh and my voice and how old I am. And it's just like good. That's an audience. It's not a good audience, but that's an audience. Community is very, very different. And I am so grateful that people like Lulu and Tasia, all of the mods that we have, the Infomasters, the Care Bears, down to every single one of you that's in the chat right now, people that are watching on YouTube or watching later on Patreon, anybody that has been a part of this journey in any way has had their footprint in this. It's not just me. Like, yeah, I'm the bozo on the screen. Like, yeah, you come time and time again and listen to what could possibly come out of my mouth. Yes. But this would not work if it were not for all of you. That's the truth. And that is the difference between an audience and a community. Knowing that I can throw Discord up at any time and just be like, hey guys, and somebody's going to answer. And I think also somebody will answer and you can have a conversation with, right? Not just like some rando, some space butthole answering your question. Like you can sit down and have a conversation with somebody. But yeah, we've had quite a journey, and I would not change it for anything. We've watched people come and go, and some of the lessons that I have learned, and one of the harder lessons was that was that people will leave the community. And when that happens, I immediately took that personally. So much so that, like I've told you, I would tell people, hey, if you decide to leave, please send me a message and let me know why. That was a terrible idea. Some people, they come and go. It's just kind of how it goes. The best that I can do is build the community with you. Those of you that help the community, are part of the community, enjoy the community. And it just kind of flows. It just kind of floats. It evolves the same way that I evolve or age, the same way that you evolve, and so on. Yep. It does make me wonder what this is going to be like 3 years from now. Maybe 7 years from now, when we hit the 10-year mark and I am 51 years old and my hair is this long. Yeah. Thank you, Perry, Professor. Oh, I'll actually be 50. That's crazy. But truth be told, there are moments when I cannot handle watching old reactions of mine for reasons. But I am exceptionally grateful that this journey has been on video. Because there are so many moments that have shaped my life in some way and that you all have been a part of, that it's better than a picture. I capture these moments on the video with the live streams. You know, it's not an editing trick that I used in the first couple videos or whatever. You know, editing out all my heavy breathing that you enjoy so much. But things happen organically on the live streams, and we do that together. I like that it's a conversation. It's a reciprocal conversation that happens time and time again, and you can't get any more real or authentic than that. The only difference would be we would be in-face person to person. What? In-face first to person? In-face? Huh? Oh my God. What am I having a stroke? In person, face to face. See? Things like that. And you all understood. Yep. God. I am so grateful. I do have so much fun doing this. Now, yes, it does equate to work sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to press go live. Sometimes we get into one of these and I'm just like, man, something's up. Something's off. I don't feel right. Just can't seem to get my flow, you know? Well, we just go with it. We do the best we can. I mean, hell, how many times have you gotten together with somebody, get together with friends, and you're just like, I thought I would feel better when I went out with my friends, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm just going to go home. You know, days like that, right? It happens. But I do think I do feel like one of the things I'm most proud of with this channel and the community is that I can't even count how many times we have kind of gotten real with each other. And not just me either. Yeah, I'm the one doing the actual talking, but a lot of you are doing the exact same thing here. And you end up having whole conversations with other people in the chat. But we've gotten real with each other a lot. And not one time in all these 3 years have I been like, that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have revealed that. Now, there were times I felt guilty. but not because you were not receptive, but because I just thought, we were having fun, and then something kind of triggered me in that last song, and I got real sappy and sad, and I buzzkilled the live stream. I had those moments, but I think as I'm very clearly getting older, I realize that it just kind of comes with the territory. You have moments that you're like, that wasn't great, but there literally is nothing you can do about it. Nothing. There is nothing I can do about the fact that I dressed like Sailor Moon and body rolled a cardboard Junie in 5-inch stilettos. Thank you, Tad. That exists. French-made Roscoe with fishnet stockings and 5-inch stilettos. At this point, with me blurting out things like lipstifer and back chan, and I want to nose nuzzle Benny. I want to squeeze Benny's cheeks. Han likes to keep his butt warm. Hire me. I have to wonder at this point, who's going to be the first idol that slaps me in the mouth? Is that wrong? I'm not trying to do that. I just have to wonder, who's it going to be? I mean, thankfully I can take a hit like a champ, but damn, who is it going to be? Oh, man. Yeah, it's probably going to be Yoongi. You think it'll be Ian? Why Ian? Why are multiple people saying Ian? I think I'm safe with Ian because he's actually been here. We go way back. He loaned me that $50. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yep, good old besties. And if I have trouble with Ian, I'll go to my next bestie. I'll go to Tiger JK. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. He's the godfather, Oh, man. 3 years. I don't think that maybe we've done a piece of this video with the Fire. I know we have done Roscoeception with the first live stream like 4 times. It's madness. It's too far gone now. Like, this will be the first year that we can't do Roscoeception because it's just too much. It's madness. So, yeah. What costumes do you want next, Joyce? I think I'm good. On the costumes. I still have the summer shirt waiting. Oh, man. There is a limit to the chaos. Oh, nobody's seen Lulu yet, right? I don't think I saw her yet. Not yet. Okay. Okay. For those of you that were in the live stream, this is a perfect time to announce it. For those of you that were in the live stream the other night, I think it was Mono Night. Monday night we had Mono Night and it was awesome. We got to introduce Mono to some people. The album, not the virus. Okay. Yeah, we weren't like giving people mono and pink eye, right? But we had a nice Mono Night, and then I kind of gave a heads up to people. So with new people that might be here, I'll also give you this little bit of insider information, and actually more information than anybody has now. As you know, let me get you the right screen here so you can pay attention. Yeah. Is it going to work? Okay. So as you know, we have been following the schedule like champions. We have been abiding by this very professional schedule. We started on Fireball Friday with Discord requests. We did Bon Voyage. We did a TXT 101. Coming up on tomorrow, we are starting the series British Rappers in Korea, which is a Korean Englishman series. And then on Saturday, it's going to be movie night, which of course is going to be Harry Potter #2. Whatever that movie is called, Broomstick of the Fifth Witch. I don't know. It's Harry Potter #2. I'm so excited. I'm not even kidding. I'm so excited. And then after that, Killing Voice will be on Sunday. Now here's where you got to pay attention, okay? Killing Voice is on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I had to shift it because life. The following Thursday, next week, we're going to pick back up on Run Jin where we left off, which was episode 9. And we're going to put as many episodes as we can into that night. Now, I can't promise that I'll watch all 7 remaining videos, but I'll get as far as I can. Okay, Run Jin starting on episode 9. That's Thursday. Now, something special. When we get to game night, I had a plan for game night initially. And then that plan changed, and I'm going to tell you how. You can imagine how people in my life that know me respond to the fact that I have a YouTube channel that does this. The fact that I have 7 grown cardboard Korean men in my house. The fact that I dress the way I do on live streams. I get some weird looks and some weird responses. Expected, right? Well, the other day, somebody in my life said, "Hey, are you still doing that weird YouTube thing?" And I said, "Yep." And they said, "Do you ever play games on there?" I said, "It's rare, but kind of. Why? What do you got?" And they said, "I found a game that involves like your people helping you, and I think it would be fun to watch you go through it. I would join your live stream to watch this play out." And I was like, "Really? Okay. What do you got?" Now, this game does not involve drinking, but great question. I'm not even going to tell you the name of the game yet. Not yet, okay? But it's a horror puzzle game. It has a mode for you guys to vote as I'm going through the game. And I guess I have to like follow what you say or something like that. And apparently it has jump scares. So that's all I know. That's going to be game night. This is a chance for me to open up somebody else in my life to this nonsense. Okay? Now that's going to be next Friday night. That will be the first completion of the Oval of Circular Chaos. Yay, we did it. Awesome. But before we roll back over into Fireball Friday, which will be the next week, I have something special that I want to do. Now, one of those, I have 2 events that I'm going to jam pack into that following weekend. So not this upcoming weekend, the following weekend. And I'll put all this on Discord and all that stuff. But on that next weekend, Friday will be game night. And then Saturday, one of the special events is going to be a very special story time. A very special story time. Now, this is when I told you, because I'm going to be home alone for days. And on Saturday, you're going to need to bring your drinks, bring your snacks, and bring your attention span. Because we're going to do something very different. I have this mug. Okay, it's a small mug. You know, it's got the Alliance symbol on it. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. What we're going to do on Saturday, it is going to be a live stream, a story time live stream, and we're going to discuss escapism. But here's what we're going to do. I am going to go into the world of Warcraft, one of my favorite places in the entire world of Warcraft. And we're going to do a tavern crawl. I'm going to jump on my trusty steed with you with me, and we're going to go to the nearest tavern. I'm going to put a drink in this mug and I'm going to buy like 10 drinks, okay? I'm going to put the first drink in here. I'm going to drink the drink. I'm already sounding like I'm playing. I'm going to drink the drink, and then I'm going to tell you a story from that region. Now, I've played this game for 18 years or something, 18 years, I think. So a good chunk of my life has been in that game. Now, you don't need to play the game. You don't have to have the game. You're going to be watching me on the screen, but I'll get to the tavern. I'll pour my drink. I'll have a drink, and I'm going to tell you a story about that region, something that I experienced, something that brought me back to that game time and time again. And then once we do that, I jump on my trusty steed, one drink in, and then I prum, and I get to the next tavern. I have another drink, and I tell you another story. I think I have 10 spots listed on my tavern crawl path. And each tavern will involve a different story of that region. And of course, by the time we get deeper into the stories, who knows what's going to be coming out of this warrior's mouth. Yeah, will I survive? I have been wanting to do this for so long. And there is a reason I'm doing it besides just the entertainment value. I do miss story time, but I do miss this game, and it was something that I wanted to share with you. So I think that'll be pretty fun. And again, I'm going to post all of this on Discord so you can register and you get the notifications and all that stuff. That'll probably be our pizza night too, I think. How many of you think you might be there for that? Couple of you. Good. Okay. I like it. Because I'm going to need some drinking buddies. And of course, you don't have to drink to attend. If you do, great. Because then I seem like less of a bonehead. And then we're all kind of boneheady. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to tell you some stories. I'm excited to relive some really wild and fun times in my life that, even though they happened in a virtual world, I still think they kind of shaped me in a way, which is pretty interesting. But that is kind of the point. Nice. Suji, you're there then? Good. Awesome. What time will movie night happen? Movie night will be this Saturday at noon Eastern time. So it's not really movie night for me, but it will be movie night for some of you. Good deal. Well, cat's out of the bag. Now, there is another special event planned for that weekend as well. Not this upcoming weekend, the following weekend. But I have not received very important information just yet. So once I get that, I will announce it, and then we will go from there. Thank you for joining me tonight for this 3-year anniversary. And thank you for those of you that have been here for more than 5 minutes. I think that's pretty cool. Some of you have been here since the beginning. Some of you came later, and that's fine. Some of you will leave tonight and never come back, and that's fine too. As always, I'm Roscoe. I'm your buddy. Look out for each other. We still have a long journey ahead of us.